Hey everybody, and welcome to your welcome video for Seminar in College Teaching. We have about 3 things we want to do in this welcome video. We want to introduce ourselves to you. Nisa is going to give you a guided tour of our Brightspace website for our course. And then I would like to talk to you about 2 short but really important assignments that I'd like you to do, that we would like you to do before we even meet on September 6th, which is our first class meeting. So I'm going to start by way of introduction. I'm Aviva. I'm an instructional consultant at our Teaching and Learning Center here on campus, which is actually called the Center for the Advancement of Teaching, Learning, and Online Education. So Nisa and I are both instructional consultants. We work with faculty, and we work with instructional staff, and we work with graduate students. So Seminar in College Teaching is one of the things that we do for graduate students to help you learn about teaching and get started. I am also a former faculty member at the College of St. Rose, where I was an associate professor of educational psychology, and left that position after a long stint to start this work as a faculty developer and instructional consultant. Nisa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nisa. I'm pleased to be here. And as Aviva mentioned, I am also an instructional consultant here at Catlow. And I also was a faculty member previously. I taught at 3 different universities, here at the University of Albany, and also at Ohio University and Colorado State University. And I taught classes in Spanish, in linguistics, in education, and in pedagogy. So that is my small introduction. Let's move on to Brightspace. Okay, so here is our Brightspace page. This is the page that will open up when you open our class on Brightspace. Here you'll see on the front page here the announcements. So if there's any new announcements for you, they'll all show up here. But what I want to mainly show you is the page that we'll be using most, where everything is located, which is on our content page. So let's click on that here. Great. So the content page opens up, and you can see over on the left-hand side, we have this bar that has a number of different folders on it. So let's look at the first one here is the syllabus and schedule folder. In this folder, you have the syllabus and course schedule. If you click on this here, it'll open up a PDF document for you, and you can download it, you can print it, whichever you'd like, and that has all of the information that you'll need to start off the class here. The next folder here is our pre-meeting work. So Aviva mentioned that before we meet, we have a little bit of work, and you'll find this work here. So up here, we have an introduction to this pre-meeting work. As you scroll down, you have a summary of it here. So it's due on August 30th by 5 p.m. And the things that we're looking for you to do are to read the course syllabus and the course schedule, and then also to do these 2 assignments here, a reflection and a discussion assignment. And those are located right below. So if you click on each of these, it'll take you directly to those different assignments to complete by August 30th. Aviva is going to explain each of those in a little more detail after our Brightspace orientation. So scrolling back up, the last folder that you can see over here right now is meeting 1. So our first class meeting is on September 6th. And if I open that up, you see we have up here again an introduction to what we'll be discussing in class, an introduction to the readings, etc. And then as you scroll down, again, you'll see a summary. These are the things that we want you to do before that meeting. So we want you to read these 3 articles, and then a little summary about what we'll be doing in that class meeting. We'll be doing casework in teams. We'll be looking at our first teaching decision and also some reflection. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll find those 3 readings here. And then on the day of our class, this will open up for us, and it'll have a reflection for us to do in class. One other note here is that you notice that right now we only have a few folders over on the left here, but as we go further into the semester, new folders will show up. So during each class, the folder for the next meeting will show up. So those will continue to grow on the left side there.
All
All
right.
right, Aviva.
Thanks, Nisa. The other thing I just thought of is we'll also have a folder for the slides, because after each class, we'll post the slides for you too. Just a little something. You might not even know how to find your Brightspace page. You probably will figure that out. But if you go to albany.edu and you click on My UAlbany, you'll find your Brightspace pages for this and other classes there, where you used to find your Blackboard classes. Okay. So I would like to talk very briefly about the two assignments that you have. In a way, you have one small assignment, which is to respond to the email that we send you, because there's some questions embedded in that email. So we do want to get an email from you. So that is like a little tiny assignment. But let me share with you the first of those two small assignments that you're going to submit through Brightspace. And this is the first one is a kind of reflective journal, okay? The purpose of this is that it's really important for you to articulate for us what you think about what good college teaching is, because we really want to kind of surface that so we can see what your thinking is like at the beginning of the semester, and so that you can explore your thinking as well, because you're going to be building on that thinking. So to complete that assignment, that is something that just Nisa and I will read. This is a 1 to 2 page description of what you believe good teaching is and what your current approach to teaching is based on your experiences. Even if you have very little teaching experience, some of that teaching experience might be informal, right? So to surface that, first we have these reflection prompts that we'd like you to respond to, okay? And we detail our assignments very carefully in this course, modeling what we want you to do for your students down the road. So you're gonna generate some ideas in response to those reflection prompts, and then you're going to put together this essay using these instructions, okay? We also want you to think about a kind of way of capturing your big idea about what good teaching is. So there's kind of a thesis statement in a way at the beginning of your, as a title maybe of your essay, okay? And then there's some information down here about when to submit that assignment. So we would like to see that on August 30th, so about a week before our semester, or our first meeting actually is, okay? The other thing that we would like you to do is a discussion board. And the discussion is a real discussion. It's not sort of just hoop jumping. And it will help you to do your journal first. The discussion board serves two purposes. It's a forum where you introduce yourself to each other, so we and your classmates get to know a little bit more about you before our first in-person class meeting. And it also gets you focused on what we call a focus course, a course that you will use as the focal point for several of the assignments that you do in the class. So we have some guidance here to help you think about what that focal course or focus course should be. Essentially, I want to emphasize here, it should be an introductory level undergraduate course. So a couple of the reasons we want you to do that is that you will be teaching introductory level courses a lot as a new faculty member. You might also be teaching one as a TA here at the university. So planning an introductory course and having a good one that you've sort of started to develop will help you a lot at this stage in your career, okay? So there's some thinking you want to do, and then you're going to introduce yourself and your course to us. So there's just 2 paragraphs we want you to create in the discussion board, and there's some detail here about what we'd like you to include, and then some detail at the bottom about making sure you submit it on time, and then responding in a genuine way to a couple of people in the class by Friday, September the 1st. So you'll notice that our assignments are detailed, and we're really trying to model good practice for you about not sort of not raising unproductive questions in your students' minds. So, okay, so that is all I have to share with you. And I think, Nisa, that's everything.
I think that's all.
Okay, so we're looking forward to seeing you on September 6th, and we're looking forward to hearing from you before then. Bye.
See you soon.